Dr. Baker, did you have?
I do, and I know it's late, but I have some things I'd like to highlight tonight. First of all, I'd just like to thank staff for the presentations tonight. I think tonight's meeting clearly illustrates the depth and breadth and complexity of running the fourth largest district in the state of California, the largest employer, the largest landowner in our city, and the issues that go with that. We love our school system, and so you know why we're working tirelessly on behalf of students. I also want to just publicly affirm the commitment to bringing students back to school. There's a lot of things that happen on a day-to-day basis that don't get communicated, and I personally receive that feedback, and I know our staff listens carefully to the feedback about communication, and we will clearly get Dr. Brown's message out from tonight in several different ways in the days to come so that there's some clarity. Communication is always a challenge for us. We spend our days working towards helping students, helping teachers, helping principals. We have a great support staff in the public information office and marketing and media, but we are here to serve students, and sometimes we need feedback and improvement in the area of communication, so that is received tonight. Some things that go out, if it's a video or written correspondence, we often hear it's too much, too little, we don't like the videos, we don't like the print version, so we're trying things as much as we can as well. But I want to land on just some celebrations. First, to center our students and to tell you some things about our students. Despite what is happening in the pandemic, we have some amazing things to celebrate in our students. So I want to start with a group of students who I'm going to read from our press release, or our names in the news, about some of our recent graduates and other students who have really been recognized for something important. Two of our Millikan High School recent graduates, Hannah Torres and Jaden Cantrell, are among 33 advanced placement research students globally to be published in the Journal of Student Research High School edition. Both students now attend UC Berkeley, and get this, here's what they researched. Torres' research piece is titled Bridging the Financial Gap Among Young People, and Jaden's piece discussed the relationship between implicitly political films and political polarization. The students were mentored by Millikan Questley teacher Russ Redman. Also published in the journal was recent Pauley High School graduate, you'll remember her because she was a student board member at one point, Emily Hardesty, who explored student representation on the Board of Education. And Pauley senior Justin Lim examined Phantom Wikia as a model for labor exploitation. Fellow Pauley senior Aaron Hoy's piece looked at blue light therapy and circadian rhythm, effect on Southern California high school students. They were mentored by teacher Samantha Lawrence. So such great recognition for our students, and just really speaks to their brilliance. Last week I had the opportunity to talk with a fifth grader from Nieto Herrera, who has started a group called the Cancer Fighters, supported by her mother and by her proud principal, Claire Fieri, a club that raises funds through the making of bracelets that apparently take about 3 minutes to make. These are in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm wearing one proudly. They sell them, and then they use the funds to provide things for those less fortunate in the community. They've provided things for families that are involved in staying at the hospital and having care for their students. So even a young fifth grader, Nellie, and then her cousin, Capone, who's a Renaissance High School student, just making a difference in our community. Next week, we will have one of our students representing us on a national town hall panel, Glenn Perez Rodriguez. I know, Ms. Craighead, you have met him personally, as Californians for Justice youth leader, who will be representing us on the Council of Great City Schools town hall panel discussion to talk about the student experience of going through COVID with his family. And then lastly, in centering students, just to tell you briefly, we're about to launch the Superintendent's Student Advisory Committee. And in many of the ways that Dr. Brown described in gathering students and in an application process, we have two student leaders, Megan from Pauley and Maya from Wilson, who are going to co-facilitate this along with Ms. Lavelle and myself to engage students. A quick story, Maya was a student intern with Myrna in our Marketing and Media Services office this summer. And I met her in the parking lot after interviewing her and doing a podcast with her to hear about her experience. And Maya said, "Can I talk to you about something?" Sure. She had an idea called RSVP, Raising Student Voice and Participation, which is now the name of the Superintendent's Student Advisory Committee. She, along with Megan, were building the first agenda, and in about a week and a half will engage 25 of their fellow students from every campus, both boys, girls, non-binary students, students that identify as LGBTQ, and from all different ethnicities in our city that will come together and be a part of the Superintendent Student Advisory Committee to advise, discuss, and provide student perspective on the things that go on in our district. So very, very proud of that group. I want to remind parents who at some point may watch this that they can access Parent University off of our district homepage. They are actively providing supports for Canvas tips, and then Canvas parent training that is provided with support from the marketing and media department, who was already so nicely acknowledged this evening. The good thing about those trainings is they are live streamed, so a parent can watch them live, but then they're archived on the district YouTube site, and so parents can go back in at any time and access that to support themselves. Linda McClure, Ms. Craighead, recognized her for being Teacher of the Year. She's the third Bancroft teacher to be a Teacher of the Year, and it was a lovely celebration of her talents and her contribution to students that I actually had the pleasure of participating in last week. We also had a Teacher Librarian of the Year, and Darlene Dunn recognized she's the Teacher Librarian at Adams and McKinley. And then lastly, to our principals. So we know, and the research shows us, that principals are the second greatest influencer of student achievement, second only to a classroom teacher. And you heard words like unifiers, inspirers, coaches, mobilizers, builders, analysts, and what Mr. Meyer read in that resolution. And that is true of our principals. So I just want to shout out to them how much we appreciate them. And without a principal, we could have effective teachers in a building that didn't do all those things together that a principal makes sure happen as collaborative teams and building that collective efficacy. We have one of our principals who has been accepted into a national institute, the National Institute for Latino School Leaders, and Veronica Madrigal. She'll represent herself, she'll represent us, and she'll make a great contribution to the work of that institute. It's the inaugural year. And she'll also bring back her learning to help us when we think about serving our English learners. And so we are super proud of her and excited to have her in that realm. So thank you again. Thank you for your what you've provided for us in terms of direction to staff, for engaging with us on all different topics. We appreciate you, and thank you.